On or off the field, I work overtime. On the court or not, I take charge of mine. Beast mode when it's game time. Turn the bass up when they play mine. Sports base, and you know it's live. We on front.
Welcome to Sports Base Radio, your number one source for sports and hip hop. I am Rayne, this is Laquane, and of course we got Cordero. Man, we up in here. We about to talk to y'all about some sports, a little bit of music or whatever. We got basketball, we got football. We about to breeze through everything or whatever. So get ready. We're about to go into it. First and foremost, let's talk about these playoffs. All right. So we got a few games that's actually going on right now. We got the 76ers and the Heat. They're in the first quarter right now, tied up 6-6. Then we got the Trailblazers and the Pelicans playing tonight. We got the Spurs and the Warriors, Cavaliers and Pacers, Raptors and Wizards. And we got the Celtics and the Bucks. All right. Who we got going? Who we think winning?
Phila, period. Look, man, I think, me personally, I think Philly bounced back from the other night. You dig what I'm saying?
All right.
You know, it was a tough game. Miami came out with a whole different game plan on how they was going to guard Ben Simmons.
That's right.
As soon as he crossed half court, they had dogs on him. And, you know, we was missing shots that we was usually making.
Philly your team?
Philly my team, baby.
Come on, man.
Philly my team.
What you told me earlier?
Trust the process.
Nah, when I said, man, I'm getting tired of the Timberwolves. I'm about to kick the niggas to the curb. What you told me?
Shit.
Come to death row.
Come to death row, man. Philly where is that right now,
With the
man?
Suge Knight joint.
But I think, man, for real, you know, everybody's saying, well, if Joel Embiid was playing, they could, you know, man, for real, I really think against this team right here, if Joel Embiid don't play the next game or so, we good because that keeps Whiteside off the court. We go to a smaller lineup that's running guns, so he has to come off the court.
Right.
And if Ben Simmons is driving, penetrating, and kicking, and the three ball is falling, it'll get ugly. As you seen, Philly climbed back into that game the other night. Of course, at the end, Dwayne Wade made a 2006, 2007 Dwayne Wade play where he stole the ball from with Sark. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, if you telling me Wade gonna play like that every game, you gotta show me. Mm-hmm. And if you telling me Ben Simmons gonna be driving to that cup like that,
come on, man. Look.
hey, listen, man.
Plus the facilitator.
Plus with the facilitator.
You definitely don't want to take nothing from Dwayne Wade, though, because, look, Dwayne Wade has been in this league for years or whatever. Like, he already solidified his spot.
True fact.
Or whatever. So, like, you can't sleep on him just because he's older.
Right.
Like,
right.
I mean, LeBron James is, what more LeBron James in the same draft class?
Yeah.
Same draft
So,
class.
if LeBron James can do it, he can do it or whatever. Like, and you never know how, like, it's the playoffs. Playoffs, everybody intensity rise.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
True
And
facts,
these, like, most of these cats are rookies or like,
Second,
sophomores
third-year players.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man had been to the playoffs and the finals and won championships already. So, he know what to do or whatever. So, I can't sleep on him. I'm going to have to go with Philly also because their lineup is strong. But I don't think it's going to be an easy one or whatever. The series is tied 1-1. I can't say that they're gonna shut them out or whatever. You called it. You said it might go 5 rounds or whatever. I'm gonna have to agree with that one. Or whatever.
Speaking of Dwayne Wade, I recently saw it was a little post today where he basically was talking about his failures in Chicago and in Cleveland. And basically what he said was he didn't feel comfortable in those uniforms. Like
right.
he's been a diehard Miami Heat forever. Now I'm not saying that he's gonna all of a sudden turn a stone and turn back to 06 Dwayne Wade. I don't believe that.
No. He's a Wade.
I mean, he is a Wade, but he ain't a country boy. Y'all different. Y'all different in a good way.
In a good way.
But I don't know, man. I think it was more of an aberration than it was something that you can hang your hat on that's going to continue to happen. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to go from sugar to shit, but I mean, I think what you'll get from him is more so what he's been most of the year, and that's a player that come off the bench and contribute a little bit.
The one thing about it, though,
I mean, he was hot the other night. He had every mid-range that he could shoot, man.
Yeah.
Everything was falling. He had it all going for him.
He's always going to draw attention because, like, nobody, you can't mention Dwayne Wade without seeing all of his accomplishments or whatever. So I think that he's going to draw attention, and that's going to make other players excel because he's drawing attention.
Right.
Whatever. So
Not to mention, he my boy and all, but Kevin Hart kind of added fuel to the fire, jawing at him on the sideline. So Wade was like, you forget about who I am.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But I think that just, man, adds more fuel to Philly's fire. Like you were saying earlier, like they veterans and that. But as you can see, the game is changing.
Oh, yeah.
These young boys ready to play.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
Shooting
we're gonna talk about it later, Mitch. But them boys ready to play. So
Right.
it might be that
Oh my
time.
God, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch is a
That boy
beast.
take the air out the ball.
Mitch is a beast. Mitch
like
is a
the
beast.
Flake Gate.
Yes, sir. So I think it's just, it might be that transition time where all them teams that had them superstars that were like running the league the last 10 years, it might, these young boys like, hey, man.
I mean, it is their time. It's their time. So we just waiting to see who excels.
So what you saying? Mere bag of shells? Like, you think it's just, you think it's going to be a series, or do you think in 5 or 6 games y'all going to go ahead and get them boys off the floor?
Oh, yeah. They getting off the floor.
They getting off the floor.
Yeah, true facts.
Now what happens if them Euros ain't hitting?
Well, the Euros ain't hitting.
Like-
We got to come with another game plan.
You better think of something.
Well, I'm not mad with Ben Simmons driving to the cup.
You can't be.
Can't be mad with him because as the more he drives to the cup, the game's going to open up for everybody else because then your defense going to crash down into the paint.
Right.
Hey,
that's-
all it takes is one shot to go in.
Right.
You know,
Right.
shooters like Reddick, Ilyasova, Bellinelli, Covington, all it takes is one shot to go in.
Right.
All them boys are streaky shooters. So I think, man, if they ain't falling in the beginning and Ben get to driving and manhandling shit in that post, it might get ugly for Miami, man.
All right. So we also got the Trailblazers and the Pelicans that played today at 9 o'clock. Who got taken?
Man, this might be a sweep. And I hate to put Dame out like this, but what I'm saying is they can't stop the pick and roll. All of a sudden,
At all.
AD is the best rim runner in the game, and nobody pays attention because his game is so great overall. Meaning he got the pick and pop action, he got a mid range, he got the 3-point,
defense.
he got defense, he got the best overall game. We fail to realize that he can set a screen and roll to the basket, and nobody can stop him. You can throw it 12 foot high, he can just dunk it over everything. I mean, we don't even notice that he got the best rim running skills. So I mean,
And right now the series, I mean, the Pelicans are winning 2-0.
they
Like,
won 2 games in Portland. Now they go back to New Orleans.
and then they go back home. So
in the
I think
hostile
this,
crowd.
I think this is about to be
Yeah.
a blowout though. Like I can't. I mean, and the thing about it is, I like Damian Lillard a lot. Like in all honesty, I wish 2 things. One, I wish LaMarcus Aldridge didn't leave, or whatever. Because if he didn't leave, like him and LaMarcus Aldridge together were dynamic. LaMarcus Aldridge went to the Spurs, and like he's no name. Like he's more of a role player now. I mean, he do his job. He do
playing
his
pop
job.
ball.
Right.
It just like at one point his name was big.
Right. He's
Like,
not
now he
one
just-
of the top echelon big men in
Right,
the game.
now he
no
just
more.
faded into the crowd like, yeah, you know,
He's
I'm
playing
LaMarcus
pop,
Aldridge.
in pop system.
Yeah, he's in pop
Yeah.
system.
He's in
Right.
pop system.
Exactly. But another thing I wish is Damian Lillard would go to another team or whatever. And it's crazy because I even seen the interviews where he was like, you know, he planned on staying right there his whole career. But, you know, I want Damian to get a ring or whatever. So if he don't leave, I wish some pieces would come around him or whatever to make them better or whatever because like he worked. Like that man worked every
He's
night.
always overshadowed because of the
Right.
competition that's in the West.
Oh, yeah.
Right, getting snubbed on All Stars.
He snubbed every year.
Every year.
Except
Every year.
this year.
Yeah.
He made it this year, right?
Yeah.
Either or. Like that man is great at his game, and I just hate to see his talent go unnoticed because his team didn't get to the finals or didn't get past round 1 in the playoffs or whatever. I don't know. His game is too good for me to. I like
You
it.
feel like he's wasting his game?
Yeah, I feel like it's a waste of time right there, man. Like he don't have the pieces, and it looked like that. Like I guess the GMs of that team ain't trying to put the pieces around him.
Right.
Like how do you get rid of the best piece that he had?
Right.
Like with LaMarcus Aldridge,
And don't replace it with
and
nothing.
don't replace it with no one.
Right. I mean,
So-
it's tough for those small market teams. I mean, unless you a team that starts
Denver
off
Nuggets.
with a Kevin Durant or like a team like it's
My
tough.
team, yeah, tough as shit.
Those small market teams, you know, people want to play in Miami. They want to play in Los Angeles. I mean, you got a team like the Lakers that wins like nothing, 20, 30 games a year, but they're saying that they can get LeBron.
Yeah, people want
Or
to
they can get
It's
Kawhi.
Hollywood.
And they can get those guys because of the market that they're playing in. They're playing in a market where, I mean, look how many teams in LA. You got like 4 baseball teams, 4 basketball teams.
Yeah.
You know, you got like, 3 football teams. So, I mean, the market is huge. People want to go to LA. I don't know, man. I mean,
All right, fellas. We got the Warriors and the Spurs.
3 hot. 3 hot.
4-0, another sweep. Get the brooms out. Kawhi don't want to play. Throw the whole San Antonio away.
All right.
I mean,
Before we get to that, though,
Okay, hit me.
R.I.P. to Greg Popovich's wife.
Yeah.
His wife passed away. That's sad news. You know, you never want to hear of someone losing a loved one, especially someone close as a wife or a close confidant. But yeah, man, that's tough news right there. You know,
Definitely.
my prayers and condolences go out to Greg Popovich. Like
one of the
seriously,
greatest, man.
you know, I mean, this sports thing is big, but family is a little bit bigger than that.
That's right.
And yeah, but on to the sports part of it. Yeah, it's a sweep, man. I don't think the Spurs got enough, even with the Warriors not having stuff.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah,
Whatever. Like
it's a
the Warriors is their bench, and we talked about this last time, but their whole bench is starters. Like
On certain teams.
Certain
right.
teams.
Yeah.
I ain't even talking about that. All right, we got the Cavaliers, Pacers. They 1-1. Pacers playing them.
Yeah, they
But even though they 1-1,
they played last night though. They ain't playing tonight.
No,
They played
that's-
last
They ain't
night.
playing tonight.
we can't touch bases on that.
Yeah, we
Oh,
touch
yeah, that's
base.
tomorrow.
It's
That's
not bad.
tomorrow.
That's
It's
tomorrow.
bad. It's bad.
Them the only 3 games tonight. You
Yeah.
got the Sixers, Heat, Trailblazers, Pelicans,
And the Warriors,
and
Spurs.
Warriors, Spurs.
Yeah.
As bad as it started out for the Pacers, it was a close game at the end.
Right.
Like
LeBron had to put on a Herculean effort
just to
just
win
to
by
win
3.
like 3 points
Like
to Vic Oladipo and some dude named Sabonis. I'm just
Bruh,
saying, man.
I just
I
feel
mean,
like,
you know.
man, at the end of the day, the Pacers gonna somehow win this series, man. And
You think they will knock Cleveland out?
yeah, man.
Really?
I think they're gonna knock them off.
That'll kind of
I think
be.
they're gonna knock them off.
God,
That'll be kind of
man.
heartbreaking to millions of people because, like
man.
people want to see that. I'm not gonna say a repeat because really, I think in everybody's mind and heart, if you're not a diehard Warriors fan, like you're secretly hoping they get knocked out.
Yeah, right.
Because the one thing that people love more than the underdog team winning is the big team failing
Right.
or whatever. So whether or not they fail to the Raptors, whoever they may have to play
Right.
or whatever, but like people just want that big team to lose. Like I
Mhm.
mean, the best thing about seeing a dynasty, even when it's music, basketball, whatever, is seeing them fail.
Right.
Or whatever. Just like everybody was happy as fuck to see New England lose.
Oh yeah.
It was like, oh shit, New England lost.
Except me,
Yeah.
I lost money on that shit. But this is why I say the Pacers is gonna win, man. Now Cleveland got pieces, but that's all they have is pieces.
You're right.
And what was one thing LeBron James has cried about his whole career? He doesn't have enough. Well, this team, he doesn't have enough. Not even for them, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You had to play like that to
Right.
beat them. And we know LeBron can play like that every night.
Right.
But
LeBron.
he has to have something from someone else. And right now, I don't see him having that from anyone else. Look, granted, Kevin Love might give you 15, but who else on that team
Everybody-
is going to rise to the occasion?
Hey, Jordan
everybody-
Clark.
Jordan Clarkson?
Another role player though. But basically, you're saying everybody's a role player.
Everybody's a role
He's the
player.
only star.
He's the only star.
Well, I tell you what.
Sometimes that's all you need, though.
I tell you what, and you're right, it is.
Yeah,
because you
true,
know what?
yeah.
Outside of Scottie Pippen, that's all my man Michael Jordan had. But they still say LeBron is better than Jordan. But I tell you what, we're going to chime in on a little bit more of that on the next segment. But right now, we're about to go to commercial break. Sports Based Radio, we in the building.
Sports
It's
Based, y'all.
my boy Big Bake. It's my boy Rayne. We in here. We'll be back at you in about 60 seconds. We out.
Sports Base. We back, Sports Base Radio.
I already know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Before we left, we was talking a little Pacers Cavs series, you know, and we're going to chime in on that, but we're going to more so talk about LeBron James.
Right.
Like,
King James.
the king, huh?
King.
So, what's your take on him having enough talent around him to make a run?
I think that when Cavs fans say that he doesn't have enough talent, I think that's another scapegoat. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a LeBron hater. I actually like LeBron. The only place me and LeBron fans go separate ways is when they say he GOAT. GOAT means greatest of all times. And that word get thrown around like crazy. Like we toss it around like a $2 hole. Greatest of all times. That's what GOAT means. I can't put him over Jordan because when we make claims like this, that he needs more talent. Well, I'm going to tell you what Michael Jordan had. He had Scottie Pippen. That was an all-star. That's a 50 greatest all-player. After that, okay, I see how you're looking at me. Okay, I got an argument coming. After that, everything else was a role player. Rodman was
strictly the best defensive person in the league.
Who, Rodman?
I would say.
He was a great defender and a great rebounder.
He was dirty as hell.
He was also 6'6", power forward. That wasn't skilled.
Role player.
He's a better version of Tristan Thompson. Well, he is. I mean, he rebounds and he defends, and he irks you. He's like a net that won't leave you alone. Like he just.
Keep
like the play going on there, him and Karl Malone down here wrestling or something. I mean, Steve Kerr was a hell of a three-pointer shooter.
That's right.
Tony Kukoc was a hell of a three-point shooter.
That's right.
Luke Longley at starting center was a bum. He was trash. I mean, he was trash. I mean, what did he give him? What did he give him? He was a big body. He was 7 foot big body.
At the end of the day, all that shit was role play.
It was role players.
That's some hell of a role players.
I mean,
like I'm sure any team would wish for role players, not of these people, but of their caliber.
They played they played the right way.
They play within the system.
This team that the Cavs, they rely on LeBron to play iso ball. They rely on the pick and roll. Problem is, Kevin Love can't roll. Like, he can't roll to the basket. So he pops out and shoot threes, and it's a make or miss league. Yeah. So if you miss, they're going to say they don't have enough talent. Because pretty much everybody's shooters.
Right.
Hood, shooter. Clarkson, shooter.
Yeah.
Calderon, shooter. J.R. Smith, shooter. Corver, shooter. It's a bunch of shooters, but when they're not hitting, we'll say Cavs don't have enough talent. I say they don't play the right way. You look at a team like Philadelphia Sixers. Sure, they don't have all the stars. I mean, they play some dude named Marco Bellinelli. Some dude named Ersan Ilyasova.
Love him.
Some dude named Dario Saric.
Love him.
You know that? Some dude named T.J. McConnell.
Love him.
I mean, some dude named J.J. Redick.
Keep going.
They play a bunch of role players, and you know what these guys do? They set picks, they roll, they run this way, they do misdirection. So all of a sudden you got a defense scrambling. You don't know who gonna get the ball. You know, they could pass to this wide open dude over here, or this dude right here that's setting the pick that you think gonna pop. He could slip, and then boom, you got a wide open bounce pass for a layup. That's how you play basketball. This all started from Greg Popovich. All these coaches that's playing this way, like Brett Brown, they branched off Greg Popovich's coaching staffs.
Yeah.
So what they've done, they've picked up a Euro style of playing basketball because that's pretty much where this style has come from.
Right.
Mixed with some hood niggas that can really do you. You know, like a Ben Simmons. Like a Joel Embiid. I mean, he's not from America, but I mean,
he got one of that shit in him.
He got it in him. I mean, shit, he African. He us. So, I mean, my take on this thing, and then I'm going to pass it over to my homie, is that it's not that I don't think Cleveland has enough talent. I think that they're not coached properly. I think that because when you're a player of LeBron's stature and need the ball in your hand, you turn every player into a spot-up shooter. Chris Bosh, when he was on Toronto Raptors, he was a hell of a low-post presence. He had a hell of a low-post brain. Right. He get to Miami, he's shooting threes from the top of the key.
Just standing there.
Yeah, he'll drain him.
Yeah, he'll drain him. But I mean, that's pretty much was his whole game.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, same thing. He was a 20-20 machine in Minnesota. He go to Cleveland, he's a spot up shooter. So that's just my take on.
So you wouldn't say that
You a Cleveland? You like Cleveland? You a Cleveland supporter?
No.
I'm just asking.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I like LeBron James outside. Like I like his morals. I like his outside morals.
You like what he stands for outside
outside
basketball.
the game.
Okay.
But I mean, as a player, I mean, I like him also. He definitely somebody I can watch.
I like him too.
But you would not say that, and this debatable between the two of y'all.
Right.
You won't say that he's better than Jordan.
No.
Negative.
No.
What?
Hell no.
Negative.
Hell no.
Negative.
Care to,
I can't even compare the two because they play two different styles.
We're just talking about greatness. We ain't talking about.
Well, still he's not better than Jordan.
Okay, on sheet, a lot of people would say that LeBron James has already surpassed what Jordan has done or whatever at the age in which they both were at the time. But even with that being said, I always said that it's because LeBron James skipped college. Like, he came in the game when he was, what, 18?
18, yeah, right out of high school.
Jordan came when he was...
Like 21. He played to his junior year.
So he had more time to get to Jordan's stats.
Right.
But you're saying that what y'all saying is if LeBron James or if Jordan had came in at 18 or LeBron James had came at 21, y'all would say that Jordan, y'all still would not put LeBron James above Jordan.
I'm going to tell you this. If Jordan hadn't retired, Jordan had 2 more rings.
With the
Jordan basically swept the 90s.
With the Wizards?
No,
when
with the
he
Bulls.
left in 94, was 94, 95? Was that the 2 years he left?
Yeah,
With the Bulls?
yeah.
Zach should have left
He won
anyway.
96, 97, and 98.
So it was 94, 95 when he left.
He'd have pretty much swept the 90s, man. They couldn't stop him. He won 3 straight, retired, and then won 3 more. He never went to a game 7.
He has failed in a few of the playoff rounds. I mean, because
He was a baby?
baby shit. I mean, it's been times where he didn't play in playoffs or whatever, and he didn't make it past the first round or whatever. LeBron James has never failed first round.
But when you look at the biggest stage of basketball, the finals,
Right.
that man has no blemishes on his resume.
Bro, LeBron lost by 20
they
point
lost to
margin.
the Pistons or whatever. Bad boy Pistons. They lost to them, 2 years?
It was in
But
the
it wasn't
80s,
in the
though.
finals.
It was in the 80s, yo. Like, he had just
It was in
started.
the finals.
It was in the finals?
No.
It was.
No.
Negative.
For one thing, they both in the East, so.
Yeah, and every finals Jordan went to, he won.
Okay.
Right.
You're right. But still, he lost to the Pistons, 2, I want to say 2 times.
Bro, LeBron lost to the Mavericks. He lost to Dirk and some dude named Deshaun Stevenson.
But listen. With all
JJ
respect,
Barea.
the Mavericks at that time wasn't like the Mavericks now.
The Mavericks at that time was a bunch of dudes.
Pager, J.J. Burrell, Jason Terry.
Yeah, they had some
Bro,
gunners,
they lost
bro.
to Brandon Hayward.
Come on.
Seriously.
I mean,
I'm being honest. Sean Marion, like these dudes, all these guys at the end of the day, though. Like, they ain't lose to Phoenix, Sean Marion.
Sean Marion with that ugly ass shot, you can't sleep on him. Sean Marion has been a monster for years.
Not at that time.
Man, Marion always had defense.
Bro, he let Jason Terry cook him.
It's Jason Terry, man. So, I would say, back then, the Spurs, it was the Spurs, bro. The Spurs, that's when Manu Ginobili was at his best.
But 20 points a game?
That shit.
Blowed out every game.
Yes.
Man, you 20 points a game mean, let's say they had a game where they lost by 12. That means he had a game where he lost by 30, 36.
I'm going to give you one word.
It's the finals.
Tim Duncan. One name, I should have said it. One name. Tim Duncan. Mr. Fundamental.
Okay.
Mr. Bust your shit at any time.
Okay.
Or whatever. Okay, then you had Manu Ginobili. Whatever. Then you had Tony Parker. Who was stopping Tony Parker when he drove to the hole?
Rayne. This is the GOAT we talking about. This dude ain't supposed to lose
It's the greatest of all time, man.
Man. Alright,
These guys was getting older now. Every last one of these guys in their 30s now.
getting older.
Still got Wade and Bosh now.
Yeah, but see, the key words in that was getting older. They wasn't old. They were still gunning. Like, they still in the league now. Or whatever. Like,
Well, Tim's not, and
they got Paul Gasol, LaMarcus Aldridge to fill in his gap.
right. I'm saying Tim ain't in the game. Tony Parker, I don't know if he's still in the game or not.
He come,
And
he's so far on the bench, he only get model.
Ginobili the same. I mean, come on, man.
Ginobili have his moments.
I could never
Get hot on your ass.
I could never envision Michael Jordan in his prime after winning a ring, losing to anybody by 20 points. Yeah, when he was a baby in the 80s after he had, first came in the league, he took his lumps. He lost his game ball. Man, Jordan averaged 28 points a game as a rookie. You don't hear me, man. No, y'all don't hear me. As a rookie.
This church,
As a rookie.
the church server right here.
As a rookie. He averaged 28 points a game, man.
That shit probably never be done again.
Man, shit. These days, a good rookie season, you average 13, 14 points a game. You doing something.
Yeah.
The boy Tatum, stuff like that.
I completely
Mitch, well, he
in the 20.
he 20. Exactly 20.
He 20.
He 20 points a game, so I mean
Hey.
he's doing great. But I don't know. What can I say, man? I just feel as though LeBron is a top 3 player. I will give him that. Like I will literally give him that. Like he's on my Mount Rushmore. He's done enough for the game. He produces Herculean efforts every game in the playoff. He takes it to another level that nobody can reach. Like he will average like 20-some points a game in the regular season.
Right.
Fucking playoffs, he gonna average almost 50 points a game. Like he will literally score half of the Cavaliers' points in the playoffs. I would give him that, but I don't know, man. I guess it's other intangibles. Like,
Right.
yeah, you can score, you can assist, but you gotta
You gotta get your people involved.
You gotta bring them along with you, man. I can't hear we don't have enough talent. I mean, Kevin Love, Rodney Hood, Clarkson. I mean, there's a bunch of role players, but at the end of the day, it's a bunch of teams in the playoffs right now that got a bunch of role players. I mean, you look at the Sixers. It's a bunch of role players, pretty much.
Look at the Pacers. They got a bunch of role
Bunch
players.
of role players. Shit,
hell
the
is that?
Celtics.
That's all they got.
That's all they got.
Yeah. Celtics a beast, man.
That's all they got because right now they're missing their 2 superstars. Gordon Hayward been hurt all year. You seen what happened to the ankle. Kyrie Irving, he.
Can you imagine if Gordon Hayward
Kyrie
was
Irving, man.
playing throughout the season? I think that
They probably had the best record in the NBA hands down.
I think so.
Yeah.
We all agree on that part because
The jump that Jaylen Brown took, you imagine him and Tatum with Gordon Hayward and Kyrie. But hey,
we all agree on that part.
we
All right. So before we hit a break or whatever and get to the next segment or whatever, like I heard you mention like you would put LeBron James in your top 3.
I would.
Give me your top 3. Like who would be your top 3 players or whatever of all time, or at least from your era? Let's put it that way. Your top 3 from your era.
My era?
Right. Some that you came up off of.
I'm going 3 small guys.
Which would be?
Well, not small, but yeah. No big men included because big men. I'm going Michael Jordan,
Okay.
Kobe Bean Bryant, and LeBron James. And the reason why I put Kobe in it because I'm telling you, man, Kobe was something special, and I hated Kobe.
I hated
Kobe.
We all hate him.
I hated Kobe Bryant. I couldn't stand him.
I couldn't stand that.
I could not stand him. But
I couldn't stand number 8 Kobe Bryant.
I
That
I can stand him. We'll never know that nigga
Man,
had.
look, he was too goddamn good at number 8 because that's he was fresh out of goddamn high school, college.
Right.
Or he was just dumping on niggas. Like, up into his highlights, if you look on YouTube at his highlights, how many times did he dunk on fucking Yao Ming? Yao Ming 7'6" ass, like he dunked on him in his highlights about at least 4 or 5 times.
Right.
He was dunking on
Made
him.
it easy.
Right.
Yeah, with ease and doing flashy dunks
I
today.
couldn't stand him.
All right, let me get your top.
Mine and my Earl, the greatest 3, and LeBron ain't even in it.
Ah,
I ain't putting LeBron in mine either. So
Number 1, Mike.
Okay.
I gotta give it to you. Number 2 with Kobe. And number 3, Timmy. Timmy Donkey, man. Timmy Donkey.
I can't
That's
argue.
that. Yeah.
That ring,
You can't argue with that. But
He let it.
mine's gonna be slightly different because I feel like y'all missing one of the best centers ever.
You gonna put Shaq in there?
You know I got to put Shaq on that, man. Who was like in Shaq's time, from start to finish, who was really messing with that man, man?
Man, Shaq-
Nobody's ever been that dominant.
Nobody.
dominant.
That man was breaking basketball goals.
Could you imagine how many points he left off the board? The fact that he couldn't shoot
Make free throws.
free throws.
Right.
Yeah.
What if he made 65% of his free throws?
What if he just made 50%? Fuck 65. He did 50%. Or whatever. So I'm gonna go. I put Jordan or whatever because I do feel like he's the GOAT. I'm gonna go Jordan. I'm going Kobe. I mean, can't really knock that. And I'm going Shaq. I mean,
So we all agree that we hated Kobe, but then we all put him in our top 3. Why do you put him in your top 3?
man, listen. Like I really, it's not that I hated his game or whatever. His game was butter or whatever. It's just I'm a Denver Nuggets fan, so I hated having to play against
No,
that.
but why do you put him in your top 3?
Cause he's a monster. Like that man should be in somebody's nightmare. Like that man was that.
Oh, he's Freddie now?
Yeah,
Okay.
Like he should have his own theme song.
Okay.
Kobe. Like this was like
Right.
he was so dynamic. And even though I hated him or whatever, like I used to love watching his ass.
Yeah.
I would watch him.
Yeah.
He was a monster. He was too goddamn good.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Even though a lot of people would say he took all Jordan moves. So he perfected them.
Right,
shits.
right.
Like he perfected that. Who the fuck was doing that little fadeaway shit? Like that little step back boom. Man, that shit was
butter.
water.
It was
Right.
butter.
It was water. Like
Right.
you could drink that shit and hydrate yourself off.
Right.
I mean, his game was just so good, and me being a Denver Nuggets fan or whatever, we always had to play each other. And my girl is a Lakers fan. I'm a Denver Nuggets fan, so we always played each other. We always came together. And early on, he used to bust our ass, so I hated him.
Right.
So I mean,
Right.
you know, we beat them a few times, but for the most part, they bust our ass, so I hate them. All right, but we're gonna wrap this one up. Once we come back from this little break or whatever that we're gonna take, we're gonna talk about our mock draft, our predictions or whatever. This will be the sports-based radio mock draft or whatever. So once we come back, we'll talk about that one. Sports-based radio.
Trust the process, y'all.
We
That's
out.
right. All right, welcome back to Sports-Based Radio, your favorite source for sports and hip-hop. And right now, we're going to give y'all our Sports-Based Radio mock draft. Quan going to walk you through it. This is our prediction for the mock draft. All right, Quan, take it away.
Okay, right now we got an official sports-based radio mock draft. This is no fabrication. This is no copycation, if that's a word. This is what we have come up with. You know, we have differentiated on some of these things, but as far as a totality, this is what we come up with. So it's the first round, 1 through 32. We have only one trade, and that's Buffalo. They have 2 first-round picks this year, and we got them trading up to number 5 for Denver because there's been rumors that Denver want to trade out of that number 5, and we feel like Buffalo is the top candidate for a team that's trade up potential because they have 2 first-round picks. They have a need at quarterback, but right now we're going to start off at number 1. And there's been talk that Cleveland is leaning towards Saquon Barkley, but in my opinion, or in my comrades' opinion, we believe that Cleveland will finally take their quarterback at number 1 that they have missed on for like the past 10 years. Like they've been tanking like the Philadelphia 76ers. They haven't cashed in. We think this year they will cash in on Josh Rosen. Number 1. Number 2, we believe that the New York Giants will ride with Saquon Barkley. They could possibly draft a quarterback, but they have Eli Manning at the helm right now. And we believe that they won't draft a quarterback this year because regardless of who they draft at that position as a quarterback, Eli Manning will still be the starting quarterback. So why would you get that guy this year when you can get your franchise running back for the future.
Agreed.
Facts.
Agreed.
Okay. Number 3, we believe that the Jets are in the fold to get a franchise quarterback. And Aaron Donald is the guy that, not Aaron Donald, Sam Donald, the quarterback from USC, is in play right here. Number 4, we believe that Cleveland wanted Saquon Barkley, but the New York Giants got them at number 2. So they went and got Bradley Chubb, which ain't bad because now all of a sudden they got 2 bookends at the linebacker position. Now all of a sudden you got Myles Garrett on one side and you got Bradley Chubb on the other side.
That's a good look.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden you got 2 pass rushing type outside linebackers in the 3-4.
Got an interjection on that.
Okay.
All right. Chubb would be great to pair with Jared.
But
Joe Thomas retired. They didn't fill that void this offseason. So they could go offensive lineman, quarterback, offensive lineman. Get your offense rolling.
they could go that, but they could address that in the second round. They got 2 second-round picks. Bradley Chubb is the best pass rusher in the draft.
Fact.
You done covered your quarterback position. So why not take the best bookend defensive end in the draft and then ultimately draft an offensive lineman in the second round? I mean, now all of a sudden, you coming from you're here and you're coming like this.
Screaming off the edge.
You're just screaming off the edge, man. I mean, why not do this? This, to me, I would do this even if Barkley was on it. Even if the Giants chose something else, I would still do this. Because what you're doing is now you're putting pressure on the other team from the defensive end. I mean, last year you went Myles Garrett. You went, what's the safety from Michigan? Peppers.
Jabril.
You went Peppers. You know, you're starting to get a real defense. I feel like if you get Chubb, you're starting to get a real defense. Number 5, you got Denver. Once again, I reiterate, I feel like that's the team that wants to trade down. John Elway never drafts right. You know, let's not get confused because they got a Super Bowl. They signed Manning in the free agency, so that's how they got their Super Bowl. That's how they got started to get a Super Bowl. So I think right here, Denver trades out. You know, John Elway, I compare him to Michael Jordan as the GM. You're a great player, but as the GM, you're trash. So, yeah, you're trash. So, I'm going Denver trade out, Buffalo trades in, and get their quarterback of the future in Baker Mayfield. Now, Buffalo has 2 first-round picks, so they use those 2 first-round picks to trade up to get their quarterback in Baker Mayfield. I believe Indy drafts the best offensive guard in the free agency, Nelson, guy out of Notre Dame.
They damn sure need him.
Yeah, facts. I believe Tampa Bay stays pat and drafts their cornerback, Denzel Ward, out of Ohio State. I don't know what it is out of Ohio State where they keep having these great defensive backs in the top 10 every year.
They breed
2 or 3.
They breed them.
They breeding, okay. So they're breeding DBs. Sports-based radio. Number 8, I got Chicago getting Tremaine Edmonds out of Virginia Tech, outside linebacker. They got a lot of needs. I mean, don't get me wrong. They need offensive linemen. They need wide receivers. They need outside linebackers. They need everything. But I feel like this is a value pick. And Tremaine Edmonds is the guy.
Safe.
It's safe, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's a sideline, outside linebacker, and he can improve their linebacker core tremendously.
Not to mention the kid's only 19 years old. So he got a lot of room to
19 years old?
19 years. He won't be 20 till after the draft.
19 years old?
19 years old. You know, I'm a Tech guy.
19 years old?
19 years old.
Right now?
Right now, he won't be 20 till after the draft.
Sheesh. Wow. Okay. I have a sleeper at number 9. I have Sutton from SMU. This is a sleeper because this is a guy that's projected as a late first round, early second round pick. But I believe that San Francisco will take a possession receiver at this point. They have a guy in Jimmy Garoppolo who's a hell of a quarterback. It looked like he's emerging, and I believe that they want to get him his wide receiver. He has a hell of a catch radius. He catches everything. I mean, it don't matter if it's too low, too high, too wide. He has to jump up and get it. His route running is tremendous. They compare him to Julio Jones. I don't see it. He doesn't have the speed of Julio Jones. Julio Jones is a 4.4-4.3 guy. This guy is more of a 4.5 guy, more of a Brandon Marshall, which ain't a bad thing. I mean, he's a hell of a
good.
Yeah, still good. He's a hell of a route runner.
He's a quarterback.
He's a hell of a route runner. I mean, he gives the quarterback a whole lot of radius to throw the ball. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Just put it there. Just put it there.
Just put it
in the vicinity, and he's gonna get it.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Number 10. I'm looking at Oakland right now, and I'm looking at John Gruden. He has his quarterback. He's a quarterback type guru guy. He has his quarterback. So what does he need? Oakland. They struggle on defense. So I got Oakland going out and getting Roquan Smith from Georgia. A hell of a middle linebacker. The middle linebacker that can take the air out of the ball. Sideline to sideline. He's a little small, but I feel like in the right system he can flourish. Miami. Miami has a lot of needs. They're another team that's just struggling all over the place. They're trash at running back. They got rid of Jay Ajayi. They're trash at wide receiver. They got rid of Landry. They have a lot of needs right now. So I feel like right now Ridley is a great value pick. He's a great route runner. He can take the top off the ball. And I feel like he can be a guy that can just improve that offense immediately.
And today.
Yeah, like today. Like right now. Okay, so Buffalo had to trade up. They were picking at 12. And they traded up to 5. So right now we're at Denver. I got Denver drafting an offensive tackle. McClady. The guy from Notre Dame. I feel like right now they want to protect Case Keenum. And what better way than to draft an offensive tackle?
Yeah, they need to protect him.
They need to protect him.
I mean,
All
right, I feel that.
Right. Okay. Washington Redskins. They're another team with a whole lot of needs, but
Hell yeah.
right. I feel like right.
They got some needs.
They got some needs all over the field, but I feel like right now what they do is concentrate on that defensive tackle. Last year they got the guy from Alabama in the first round. And I feel like they stay pat on the defensive tackle and get Vita Vea. That's a great value pick. He fell to them. And I feel like that's where they concentrate their pick on. Number 14, Green Bay Packers. They recently traded their cornerback to the Cleveland Browns. So I feel like what they're going to do right now is draft Minkah Patrick from Alabama. He's the type of DB that can play corner or safety. So they'll figure out what's the best position for him. This is the pick right here that y'all looking at me sideways. Every year there's a quarterback that falls, or a player that falls in general, but there's usually a quarterback that falls. I feel like at 15, Arizona will take Allen. Josh Allen, by some pundits, have been chosen to be Cleveland's pick. But I feel like that's the player with the most unknown player, the player that, we're just looking at physical attributes. Tall guy, strong arm, big, strong quarterback. But does he have the intangibles? Does he have the known ability as far as, the player who has been put on display to play tough opponents week in and week out? I don't think he does. So I think it'll be a team like Arizona who have took a chance on a veteran quarterback that wants a young quarterback to come in and maybe the heir to the throne. So I feel like this is the place that Josh Allen falls. Once again, pundits feel like he will go high. I feel like come draft time, these teams will dwindle and Arizona will pick him up. 16, Baltimore. They need a wide receiver. They have reached out to Dez Bryant. Obviously, Dez Bryant don't want to go there because if Dez Bryant want to go there, Dez Bryant would have been a Baltimore Raven last week.
Facts.
Like, that's been the team that's been the most interested in him. That's been the team that's been the most outspoken, most interested in, we want Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant say he wants the Giants. He wants Odell Beckham, Sterling Sharp, Ingram, Eli Manning. So I feel like at 16, Baltimore will go Christian Kirk, get their wide receiver to pair opposite Michael Crabtree. 17, the Los Angeles Chargers. They haven't been able to keep Phillip Rivers upright. And I feel like at 17, they'll go Isaiah Wynn, the guard out of Georgia that will kind of help stability towards their offensive line. 18, Seattle. They've lost a lot of defensive help. They've lost Richard Sherman. They've lost Jeremy Lane.
Yeah.
Shit.
They lost Shea. Good one, good help. Earl Thomas wants to come to Dallas. He's in one more year of his contract. He's not going to resign if he don't want to. I feel like right here they go get a DB, a versatile DB, a DB that can play corner or safety. Their guy is Josh Jackson. He's a versatile DB. To me, he's a corner, but they're saying he can play safety too. So we'll see. 19. Dallas Cowboys, which is my team, America's team. You know, everything's big and D. I feel like right here, it's a good trade back possibility. But I'm staying pat this year. I feel like this year, they lost Anthony Hitchens. Sean Lee can't stay healthy. And when he gets hurt, the defense is lost. Jalen Smith is an unknown with a bunch of question marks because you don't know really what he is. I mean, he kind of took off after Thanksgiving. But then again, he had a significant knee injury. So right here, I feel like Dallas goes middle linebacker and drafts Rasheem Evans out of Georgia. I feel like number 20, Detroit Lions. They pair, by the way, that's my boy, Rayne team. You know, you see it right here. You know, Rayne domain, all that type shit. You know, we good though. But I feel like Detroit go Landry out of Boston College. You know, to pair him with Ziggy Ansah. 21 Cincinnati. This is a player who has failed. Darwin James, DB out of Florida State. I feel like right here, 21 Cincinnati, that's a value pick. They need a lot. Like, they're a horrible team. They need a lot. What? Well, they need a lot. I mean, what don't they need, right? They need running back help.
Who?
Offense. Cincinnati.
They need an organization overhaul.
You thought I was talking about you.
Oh, you talking about my team.
I won't talk about you.
Proceed.
Yeah. Darwin James. Denver. Once again, they reap benefits from trading their number 5 pick. So right now they're picking for Buffalo at number 22. Buffalo via trade. They go Alexandra out of Louisville. Once again, they bolster their defensive backfield after losing Aqib Talib to the Rams. 23, New England. They draft Hernandez. Once again, they buffer their offensive lineman. Tom Brady kind of creates his offensive line. I mean, he gets the ball out in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The average is 3 seconds.
That's
You
right.
got to have 3 seconds to get the ball out. He get it out in 2 seconds.
That's right.
He has a bunch of slot receivers.
You good.
They run a little 5-yard route. He gets it out.
Boom.
Right here, they finally get a nice guard that can kind of protect the interior of the offensive line. So right here, they go guard. 24, Carolina. They traded Calvin Benjamin last year. And their wide receiving core is kind of weak. So I feel like right here, they picked their wide receiver out of Maryland, DJ Moore. 25, Tennessee. Then once again, this is another value pick. This is a player that is kind of seen as a top 15 pick. Davenport, the guy out of Houston. I feel like right here, Tennessee, they pick him and they pair him with Arakpo, Atlanta. They get Maurice Hurst from Michigan. They lost Dontari Poe in free agency, and I feel like right here they get their defensive lineman to solidify their defensive line. New Orleans. A year ago they traded. Who they traded from Seattle? To Seattle. Can't think his name right now. Jimmy Graham. They traded Jimmy Graham. New Orleans. So what they're looking for right now is a vertical threat, but not on the outside though, a seam guy, like Jimmy Graham was. So they get the best tight end in the draft, Goddard. Sure, he played in a Division I AA, but so what? Like he's a guy who can be a vertical threat down the seam. Pittsburgh. This is a Pittsburgh pick. What do you think this pick is? 28. I mean, just guessing. Like this is a Pittsburgh pick.
Van Der Esch, linebacker.
Well, of course you know, but why though? Just tell the people why. Go on.
Pittsburgh loves those type linebackers. And with Shazier, you know, career being in, you know, you don't know what his career going to be, they get their guy. They pair him with TJ Watt.
Right.
And now you got a stellar linebacker core brewing up.
Okay. I couldn't agree more. So number 29, okay, we got Jacksonville. Now, Jacksonville is a team who have spent a lot of money over the years at cornerback, safety, linebacker, defensive line to be specific. You know, they got rid of some wide receivers. But I feel like right here is their opportunity to solidify their quarterback position. They've locked up Blake Bortles, but they haven't gave him a lot of years on his contract. A lot of money, but not a lot of years. And Blake Bortles really only had one good year. Plus, he had a very good defense and a stellar run game. I feel like right here is where Jacksonville gets their insurance policy. They get their quarterback to back up Bortles and possibly be their quarterback of the future just in case Bortles ain't. Lamar Jackson, he's a dynamic guy. Michael Vick 2.0. And when I say Michael Vick 2.0, I mean as a passer. Like Michael Vick was a hell of a runner, but he was a 55% passer as far as his percentages completing passes. I believe Lamar Jackson could be Michael Vick 2.0, meaning he's a greater passer, but he's just as stellar of a runner. 30, Minnesota. I feel like right here, they got Kirk Cousins in via free agency. And what they want to do is keep him upright. They got a hell of a running game. They got a hell of a defense. They got wide receivers. They really don't have a lot of needs. Their offensive line was pretty good last year. But I believe it was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Pretty good. I believe right now they use this pick to bolster that offensive line for depth, to keep it good.
Insurance.
Yeah,
That's
insurance.
Right. That's right.
And so they get the O lineman out of UCLA, New England, 31. That's a team that loves the tight end position. They uses them the way nobody else uses them. I mean, 2 tight end sets, 3 tight end sets. That's what they love to do. So I feel like right here, 31 is a value pick. And Belichick is always thinking ahead of the curve. So I feel like right here they go Hurst. They go a tight end to pair him up with Gronk. Gronk has been talking about a retirement. He's been talking about not coming back. Right now he's not in OTA. Well, not OTAs, but voluntary player participation as far as in the offseason. Right now he's not there. You know, him and Belichick is falling out. They're not agreeing on the situation. I feel like right now New England will go after another tight end because Belichick is in the business of replacing people who don't want to be there. So Hurst is your guy at tight end right there at 31. Number 32, Philadelphia Eagles. I hate them. But they won the Super Bowl. They lost a significant cornerback in Robinson. And they got one coming. What's the boy they drafted last year in the second round that was hurt?
Sidney Jones.
Sidney Jones, okay. I feel like right now this is a perfect opportunity at 32 to replace Robinson and just push in another cornerback that will play opposite him, or hey, might be a fourth type cornerback that will learn. Jackson, cornerback, and yeah, this is Sports Base Radio mock draft, the entirety of the first round. Well, what do you think? What's your take on it? I mean, as a totality.
Man, I like everything on there. Only fault I see is that Denver could take Lamar Jackson. Like, they could take him. It's not 100% set in stone, but they could take him.
They could.
They could take him. But I love the Hurst pick to New England because you can use that man in the backfield, you know, as an H. You can just move him all around. And that makes him just dangerous with Bill Belichick's mindset.
Right.
That makes him dangerous. But, yeah, overall, man, I love the mop. I just hope Jerry Jones come through in the clutch and make some noise. You know, he is going to be in his building. You know what I mean? What better way than set the world on fire with drafting some legit shit
Right.
to go with the Cowboys?
I mean, well, this is indeed, it's indeed a Dallas draft because it's in Dallas this year.
It is.
You know, it's in Dallas, and you know we did cut Dez Bryant like straight up, give him the knife, didn't offer a pay cut. You know, he went in thing, he gonna offer, hey look.
You cut Dez Bryant. That is
Hey.
Mr. Cowboy. Like, he's the one that gave y'all them boys.
No. We cut
He
DeMarcus
gave y'all
Lawrence.
the,
No, I mean
that
DeMarcus
whole,
Ware.
like,
No, DeMarcus Ware got cut.
But when we was throwing
You know.
on the ball, he was doing the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
He couldn't catch it, but
DeMarcus-
he had
hey,
already.
That's because he was trying to stun on
Hey,
him.
look.
You know, he wanted to extra ball too. No, I mean he did too much. But what we gonna do is, man, like this, we gonna wrap it up for this segment right here or whatever. Like, hey, man, we enjoyed y'all. You know, this sports-based radio, man, your favorite source for the sports, the music. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let y'all go or whatever because we run out of time. But we will be visiting y'all again real soon, man. Y'all gotta tune in to us, man. Your boy Rayne, you got Daryl, or whatever. Of course, Quan the Don, man. We about to be out this jump, man. We gonna see y'all again real soon. Fellas, always good, man.
Always
Sports
good.
base, baby.
Sports
Trust the
base.
process, baby. We here.
Like and subscribe.
On the off the field, I work overtime. On the quarter night, I take charge of mine. Beast mode when it's game time. Turn the bass up when they play mine. Sports base, and you know it's live. We on